Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the Managing Director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. This video today is going to briefly discuss Thai police clearances in the context of U.S. family immigration from the Kingdom of Thailand. To be clear, I'm speaking specifically in the context of, say, fiancé visas or marriage visas, although police clearances may be necessary for other types of non-immigrant categories, so there may be some pertinent information in this video for those who are not necessarily seeking those types of visas. The Thai police clearance is an issue of note oftentimes to folks, mostly because, especially in cases involving an American citizen petitioner, that individual has probably never even dealt with the Thai police, let alone obtained any documentation therefrom. Basically, just so you're aware, or the viewer is aware, a Thai police clearance is necessary before consular processing can be completed on a visa application after the initial petition for, say, a K-1 fiancé visa or U.S. immigrant visa has already been processed. So basically, on the back end of the overall process at the U.S. Embassy here in Bangkok, they're going to go ahead and ask in what's called Packet 3. That's one of the packages that is involved with immigration processing at the consulate. They basically ask for this police clearance. Essentially, what it does is it's exactly what the name implies, sort of self-evident. The police clearance is basically a police background check, and they're going to go ahead and check the court records and the police records to see if an individual who's seeking admission to the United States has ever had any issues, arrests here in Thailand. It should be noted that police clearances can oftentimes result in a finding of the grounds of inadmissibility. So, like, if there is a criminal record in a given case, the police clearance is going to stipulate that, and the police clearance, and that is then going to be used as grounds of inadmissibility as far as the U.S. Embassy is concerned, or as far as the Department of State is concerned. When one of those grounds of inadmissibility comes up, the only way to remedy a ground of inadmissibility is by filing, well, it's not the only way, but in most cases, the way to remedy a ground of inadmissibility is through what's called an I-601 waiver filing. There's another video regarding waivers on this channel. But back to the main point, when obtaining a police clearance, basically one needs to get fingerprinted and have their name run through the system and checked by Royal Thai Police. As part of our services here at the firm, one of the things we offer is a Thai attorney will accompany one of our clients down to the National Police Headquarters to obtain said police clearance, and that individual will generally be able to go ahead and sign a limited power of attorney, which will allow one of our staff to go back and retrieve the police clearance, as a police clearance generally takes about 7 to 10 days to go ahead and get issued. So Thai police clearances, they're a pretty integral part of the U.S. immigration process because immigration has a mandate, or I should say the Department of State has a mandate to undertake due diligence to ascertain whether or not they're letting in convicted criminals in the United States. And obviously they don't want to do that on a routine basis, or at least they don't want to do that without further adjudication. So police clearance is fairly important. Something else to note is that in those cases that are immigrant visa cases processed through the United States of America, the National Visa Center takes matters pertaining to police clearances quite seriously, as, again, it is part of Department of State's mandate to go ahead and ascertain the criminal background of an individual seeking admission to the United States. So the National Visa Center in those cases is going to go ahead and deal with the background check, the police clearance. Another thing to note about police clearances in the context of U.S. immigration is that if an individual has lived, it's usually my recommendation, if an individual has lived for 6 months or more in a jurisdiction abroad and they've lived in that jurisdiction after their 18th birthday, it's probably going to be prudent to go ahead and just get a police clearance from that third country jurisdiction, just to go ahead and forestall any so-called 221G refusals requesting further evidence. For information specifically pertaining to the 221G request for further documentation, or 221G refusal as it's also called, I recommend checking out the video on this channel specifically talking about 221Gs. But to sort of wrap up here regarding police clearances, here in Thailand, you're going to be able to get one of those from police headquarters, where you're going to go ahead and, again, get your fingerprints taken, run through the system, And if it's a Thai national, it's probably in those cases where it's a Thai national who's never really been outside of Thailand, that's all that's going to be necessary. For those that have spent significant amounts of time abroad outside of Thailand and not in the United States, in a third country, it may be necessary to go ahead and get a police clearance from that third jurisdiction. And third-party jurisdictions, each jurisdiction has their own methodology for issuing police clearances. There are even certain jurisdictions in which police clearances are either not issued or not required by the Department of State for whatever reason. So third country jurisdictions, it would take essentially it would be hundreds of videos on this channel to go through each country specifically. So if it doesn't pertain to Thailand, it may be necessary to research further regarding police clearance issuance in countries that aren't the Kingdom of Thailand.